Welcome to the United States of Tiffany. Our commentary offers a humorous take on wrestling. Please note, we're not bullying or attacking the wrestlers. We're engaging with the choreographed sport and its storylines. Our jokes and observations are about the characters and storylines, not the real people behind them. Tourists and citizens alike, welcome. Enjoy the show, and remember, it's all in good fun.
Well, NXT Battleground is over, and they have definitely decided to start some shit. So we're going to start from the beginning and work our way to the end. I'm going to say this now because I stand by what I said. I believe that Stephanie and Jordan's match should have closed the show, despite of what we saw with this last match with Trick Williams and Joe Hendry. I still stand by that, and I will die on that hill because that match was incredible. I was thoroughly entertained with that match. I didn't even do commentary on that match. I just watched those women beat the hell out of each other, and it was awesome. Okay? But we're going to start from the beginning. The match that opened the show and set the tone for the show was Sol Ruca and Kaylani Jordan. Now, if you don't know, Sol and Kaylani have battled for this NXT Women's North American Championship before. It was when Kaylani Jordan was champion and Sol was the challenger. Now that the roles are reversed, we had Sol Ruca defending her championship against Kaylani. And I have to say, Kaylani and Sol really set the tone for how this show was going to go. And every match in this show was incredible. I even give that to the match with the Culling and, of course, with the tag team champs and Josh Briggs. And I'll get to that in a second. These two really pulled out an incredible performance between the two of them. Both of them are extremely agile, gymnasts, acrobatic, and they have this ability to be able to scout each other's move sets and counter move for move, bar for bar. They are incredible against each other in the ring, and they have set a precedence for a potential rivalry if either one of them becomes WWE NXT Women's Champion. This could be a fun rivalry with them, but just on this level alone, they have really made it so that it's very hard for you to top their matches when they go out there to perform. The only thing I didn't like was Zarya getting involved in the match because Sol didn't need it. But it did lend some height to the match. I just wish it didn't happen for the sake of Sol being able to defend her championship without the interference. Kaylani got that respect, so I felt like Sol should have had that same respect. All in all, though, I say this match was an 8 out of 10. It was solid. It was a good match. It was fun to watch. It was a great setup for the rest of the matches to come. 8 out of 10 is my rating for this match. Sol Ruca was the winner. She retained her championship with a stellar Soul Snatcher. Okay, it was really, really cool. She's figured out how to modify the Soul Snatcher so she doesn't have to be in specific positions to do it. She figured out how to do it off the turnbuckle, off the middle rope. Like, Soul really has perfected this move so that it works for her in any position. And shout out to her for that because that was killer. Kaylani put up a major fight against Soruka. She countered just about everything that woman had to offer, and it was very hard for Soul to defend against Kaylani. She has become a formidable opponent no matter who she goes up against, and she has made it very clear that she is dangerous in these streets, and she is 1000% correct. So Kaylani shouldn't have no reason to have her head hanging low. She may have lost, but she put up a good fight in the end. But Soruka is still your women's North American champion. All right. Moving on. What was the next match? It was this 6-man tag team match. So this past Tuesday, I thought that they fought in a tag team match, but it seems that it was a one-on-one match between Briggs and Beady Eyes. What's his name? Sean Spears. That's what it was Tuesday. Sean Spears ended up winning because Witchy Poo helped them win. This is what happened in this current match that we're talking about with this 6-man tag team match. Hank and Tank and Briggs make a formidable team. However, the culling, they got this weird fucking Borg-like connection between each other, and it's just odd. They all have this dead look in their eyes when they look at each other, and it come from their daddy, Sean Spears, because he's a weirdo. He looked like he be sniffing panties and shit. So it was an amazing. They had a good match. I wasn't a big fan of the show itself in terms of this match because this looked like a match that could have been on NXT this coming Tuesday, but they decided to put it on Battleground. And in the end, Inamura appeared like a fucking Pokemon, popped his ass back up, and helped them after they got attacked by the culling after the match. So it seems Josh got his friend back. You got a friend in me. That's what they say. His friend has come back after he decided to leave. He done come back, left, come back, whatever. He done come back. Josh happy. They hugged it out in the ring. Everybody standing up tall, and I'm sure Josh and them gonna challenge Hank and Tank for them titles at some point. Wonderful. If I had to give this match a rating, I give it a solid 5 out of 10. It wasn't amazing and it wasn't bad either. It was dead smack in the middle, and it didn't slow the momentum of the actual show. They had some good spots in here. Briggs did a moonsault off the top rope, which he is too fucking big to be moonsaulting. Okay, you are too big for that, sir. All right, but he did it and he executed it beautifully. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but Nico Vance is a problem. That man hits very, very hard. I don't know what kind of motherfucking shit he been taking or what's going on here, but the amount of aggression that man has in that ring is insane. As far as I'm concerned, Jensen can go. I can do without seeing him on my TV screen, and Sean Spears is just creepy to me. I don't care what anybody says. That man's face has no expression. He's always very deadpan in the face. He don't have no life in his eyes. He's creepy. And I don't care what y'all say. He just is. As far as Witchy Poo is concerned, she is irrelevant. Irrelevant. Okay. 5 out of 10 is the rating for this particular match, and we're going to proceed forward. All right. So we have this match with Stax and the Don. Okay, this actually was a really good match. Both of these, Tony was whooping Stax ass. Okay, he beat the dog shit out of Channing. The problem came in is when Luca just popped up. Now Tony's standing there. Okay, after all of the beatings, after everything that has been happening, after everybody's in there fighting, and Tony's got the upper hand, Luca pops up and just stands there. No response to the Don as to where you've been. We've been searching for you. We've been looking for you. Where are you? He's not saying anything. The Don gets kicked in the balls because of this distraction from the referee. And then Channing is able to pick up the win. Now, Luca goes in the ring and he's just going in there with his arms open wide like, I'm sorry, Don. I'm sorry. What are you sorry for? Are you sorry for costing this man this match because that's what you did? Because I don't believe you. You need more people. You're a liar. Like, if you was going to come out there and help, you should have came out there and helped. You didn't have no reason to bring your punk ass out there if you wasn't going to be helping him. What did you need to come out there for? You caused an unnecessary distraction. Go to hell. Now, Channing beat the Don. I guess we're going to be on some Ridge Holland shit for the next couple of weeks. I don't know. I don't know what this means, in my opinion. Like, he claims that this is going to defeat the D'Angelo family, but as long as the Don is still walking, breathing, and talking, and people still answer to him, he can still be the Don. You just won't be in the family no more. Like, that's just the way that is. But sure, go off. If I had to give this match a rating, sans Luca's stupid ass, I give it a good 7 out of 10. Like I said, I think the match itself was solid. Tony really put up a massive fight against Channing. He beat the brakes off of that dude. But Channing also had some good offense and was really going at Tony. They had a good matchup. It just got real ugly and muddy towards the end. And I'm a stickler for letting the match play out the way it's supposed to play out. I don't like when additions come in because it causes chaos. And I know some of y'all love chaos, but I like to have a definitive finish where there's no question as to who won or why they won. It is what it is. Speaking of a definitive finish, let's go to this match. Y'all can say what y'all want to about Miles Bourne, but that boy put up a good match against Obafemi. Obafemi got taken to the limit by Miles Bourne. And everybody who was watching can see that Miles Bourne is either a future champion or he is going to be a superstar at some point. Matter of fact, give it all to him, okay? Because that man put on a very good match against Obafemi. There are very few superstars who can keep up with Obafemi and withstand the power that he has fighting against him. Very few people. And Miles Bourne is one of them. Okay, Obafemi almost lost that damn championship today. And had it just been a hair longer, he would have. Miles Bourne was countering and kicking out of everything that he was putting down. Everything. Okay, he had to damn near kill Miles Bourne today. All right. Obafemi that was not an easy feat. When Obafemi walked his ass down that ramp, he was like, God damn. The way he was looking, he was like, God damn, I got my ass whooped today. And you did. You did. Miles Bourne was whooping your ass. Y'all can say what y'all want to about y'all ruler, but y'all ruler almost got his ass got. Real talk. That was a grade A ass whooping right there. Okay? But he gave Miles his respect at the end. Now, Charlie Dempsey, you ain't shit. Because you didn't have to bring your ass out there if you was going to disrespect that man at the beginning of that match. Now, shit. All in all, this is one of my favorite matches of the night. I give it 9 out of 10. Solid matchup between these two. Miles Bourne really proved that he deserves to be there. He is definitely a contender for any singles title on that roster, and he is definitely a superstar. I am telling you. Okay? So shout out to you, Miles Bourne, because you was out there dipping it and doing it, and we love that for you. Okay? We love it. Let me tell y'all something. I told y'all earlier that this is my favorite match of the night. And these two should have closed the show, in my humble opinion. Given what we know about Joe Hendry and Trick Williams, they probably were never going to close the show, but they should have. Because these two women beat the brakes off of each other. Okay? And Jordan and Stephanie was out there battling like this was the end of the world for them. Okay, like this was gonna be their last match. Like they wasn't gonna never see this title again. That's how they was fighting. Not to mention them luchadors from AAA was sitting out there that Stephanie has battled once before. So Stephanie not only had to prove a little something, but she also had to make sure Jordan Grace was put in her place. She did that. Now, Stephanie won this match. Jordan Grace tried her best to use her power to defend against Stephanie, but she just couldn't do it. But Stephanie was getting her ass whipped by this big woman. She got her ass whooped, okay? In spite of her win, she was getting towed up. Then she go to the back Them goddamn luchadora bitches is back there talking shit, yelling and screaming in her face. And then the whole night, for whatever reason, Fallon and JC is back there arguing. Now, from my understanding, they got into it Tuesday, which I didn't get to see that. So I don't know what the fuck going on. But these hoes is back there arguing. JC breaks off from Fallon and walks up to Stephanie and slaps the girl in the face. Now, listen. I can take a lot of shit, but there are two things that you will never ever get away with doing to me, and you not get a receipt. You will never be able to spit in my face and walk away on your own volition. And you ain't gonna walk up to me and just slap me in my face when I ain't did nothing to you and you and I ain't had no beef, at least not in the last couple of weeks. I ain't did nothing to you. You might have lost to me, but there's no reason for you to come and slap me in my face. That is the quickest way to get you sent to Jesus. Fucking around with me. Okay? Those are two things. All I ask, two things, is respect my gangster. Don't spit in my face and don't slap me in my face. Those are the quickest ways for you to go and see your loved ones that have gone on to glory. That's all I'm saying. Now, we also had a little segment from Ricky Saints. Now, Ethan Page was in the back and wouldn't let the damn commentator talk to him. So he decided to take over the interview, which I don't like that shit. That's mad disrespectful. They lucky they ain't got me back there doing commentary. Because I done told Ethan to let me ask what the fuck I gotta ask. Don't disrespect me. Fuck out of here. Shit. He's like, I don't really care what you have to say. Well, interview over then, bitch. The fuck? Time for me to go home. Like, wait a minute. You came to interview me. Exactly. It's called an interview, ho. That means I ask you questions and you answer them. It's not cocktail hour. We're not doing a comedy stand-up. You don't just come and do a comedy, just come and talk on my microphone. You want to do that, you take your ass out in the middle of the ring. You don't come back here and stand in front of the monitor for 15 minutes waiting for them to say 1, 2, 3, go, and then you disrespect me. Fool. But what's wrong with you? Anyways, Ethan basically said he done molded and shaped Ricky Saints into doing exactly what he wanted him to do. He's a master manipulator. And now I have a title shot, something that I deserve because I'm going to take that championship and give it the prestige it so rightfully deserves. Blah, 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 commerce. So, they give Ricky Saints the floor on the outside in the ring. She asked him, how he feels about facing off against Ethan Page. And he says, Ethan seems to have some type of obsession with me. I don't know what it is, but I'm always on this man's mind and I don't understand why. He was like, I thought I said and deliver it was going to be the last time I had to see this fool. The last time I had to contend with this man. But apparently he is so obsessed with me that he has to continue to try to manipulate, as he put it, me into doing what he wants me to do. But he said he don't understand that this is no manipulation. I put the championship on the line because I want there to be no questions. The next time I see you, you will not be challenging me for my title. We're done after this. We're finished. Finito. I want there to be no questions and no further explanations needed. I beat you again. 1, 2, 3 in this ring. That's it for you. And I'm done with him after this. Cool beans. While he's out there talking, Ethan Page comes in for the attack. Ricky scouted it, got them together, and they came out the ring. They was fighting a little bit. Ricky got him out the ring, and that's when Ava sent down some little punk-ass security guards, and Ricky was like, nah. Let me help them out right quick. Got on the top turnbuckle and crossbody took them all out. Ricky Saints was not playing. So on Tuesday, the very first match that we will see is a title defense with the NXT North American Championship on the line. And once again, Ricky Saints will be defending that title against none other than Ethan Page. And Stephanie Bakir will be in challenge, will defending her title again, which I really don't like. Stephanie is being overworked and overused, and that ain't fair to her. Okay, even Roxanne didn't have to work this goddamn hard. All right, even in her first title run, Roxanne didn't have to work this goddamn hard. Well, that's because she was too busy passing out. But that's not the goddamn point. I'm just saying that lady being worked. Okay, they need to stop working that lady like that. Shit. Any whoosies. We at the final throws. Listen to me. I want y'all to understand something. Usually, my theory is correct, and I'm still correct because Joe Hendry is the one who came out on top this past Tuesday. He also beat Trick Williams Friday. So I knew that Joe Hendry was going to lose this damn championship to Trick Williams at Battleground. Now, let me see when the next TNA PLE is going to be. Let's see. So, Against All Odds is June 6th. That is in 2 weeks. Joe Hendry more than likely is going to challenge for his title to get it back on June 6th at Against All Odds, the TNA pay-per-view. Now, I want y'all to understand something. This, what we saw today, is history making. Never before has a TNA or any wrestler of any kind wrestled for the TNA title on a WWE program, and a WWE superstar has beaten a TNA champion on TV. Not only that, but the TNA president was sitting in the audience watching his champion get beat. Now, here's where this situation gets very sticky. Throughout this entire match, Trick and Joe were going back and forth. This was not a clean one-on-one bout between these two, and Trick Williams just beat him straight up. That's not what happened. Trick Williams went and got the title, faked like he was about to use the title. The ref took the belt when Joe hit the roll-up, and Trick Williams was able to poke Joe Hendry in the eye and utilize the fact that the ref left the belt in the ring. Pure incompetence. The ref is supposed to kick the belt out the ring, okay? When anything else is left in the ring, shit falls off of these superstars' clothes, their hair come out, teeth, bitch, a shoe, anything that falls off of these superstars or anything that's foreign in the ring, the referee is supposed to remove it. He's supposed to kick it out, push it out, whatever he got to do, right? He did not do that. That was his fault. Joe Hendry ended up busting his face on this damn title, and Trick Williams was able to hit the trick shot and win. Trick Williams is now the TNA champion. Let me reiterate. Trick Williams is an NXT superstar, and he is the TNA world champion.
There we go.
I need y'all to let that process. Joe Hendry got to get the title back. Now, the only other thing that happened was Mike Santana showed up. Mike Santana was backstage, and Tavion Heights walked up with the rest of the No Quarter Catch crew, sorry. And they essentially, dapped it up. And he was like, yo, I want to go battle toe for toe, battle for battle. And Mike Santana was like, bet, bitch, I'll see you Tuesday. No problem. He was like, yo, get your mans for real. Because you cool, but your mans is tripping. You feel me? I don't know what's going on with Charlie, but Charlie tripping. Okay. But anyways, Mike Santana made it very clear whoever won the TNA championship, oh, he was going after it. He was going to get it. The next TNA PLE, like I told y'all, let me show y'all the screen of TNA's website of all their events. The next one is Against All Odds. Okay. That's the next PLE for them. And then they have Slammiversary, which is in July. I suspect, okay, that more than likely Trick Williams is going to keep this championship until Slammiversary, and then Joe Hendry will probably get it back. Because they want a big moment. And in order for them to have a big moment, they're going to need a big superstar for it. Trick Williams is already hated. Him being champion is going to spark controversy beyond relief, okay? And they already have a situation going on with Robert Stone, Victoria Crawford, Tessa Blanchard, Ariana Grace, and the DOA, the Director of Authority, Santino Marella. So, it's a lot going on in TNA right now. But this is unprecedented. This is a nasty work right here. Okay, so I don't know, Lady Gaze. I low key don't like this. And I'm being 1,000% honest. The reason why I'm not the biggest fan of this is because I am not a fan of champions coming to other brands and losing their titles on those brands. Like, no titles have changed hands to brands since this deal has happened. This is the first time that a non-TNA superstar is holding the TNA championship. This is the first time that in this brand deal that now the brands have truly crossed. It is unprecedented. And while I'm not mad necessarily at the storyline of it, I do hate this for Joe Hendry because Joe Hendry has been carrying TNA on his back for years. He finally gets the title, finally has his moments, and then it all gets taken from him because of a belt being in the ring. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm low-key pissed off about that. And it's no shade to Trick Williams because he's just doing his job. But like, and I understand the story of it. I'm not mad about it. I think I would have rather been okay if Trick would have cost him the title against a TNA superstar. Does that make sense? I would have preferred that than for him to lose it to Trick Williams. I don't know, babes. But yes, the next PLE is Against All Odds. And then you got Slammiversary, which is TNA's WrestleMania. Okay. And that is on July 20th. This right here, like I said, I believe that they're going to have Trick Williams probably defend this title against Joe Hendry in this pay-per-view. It's the only thing that makes logical sense to me. But Joe Hendry might be, I don't know. I'm trying to think of ways that this makes sense because Joe Hendry could be leaving TNA and coming over to NXT permanently, especially if his contract is up or something like that. Like, I'm trying to make logical sense of this, and I don't know. I don't know if I like this, y'all. I'm a little disappointed. I really am. I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed because I really wanted Joe Hendry to win, and I like the rise of Joe Hendry. It was very organic. He wasn't trying to take over. You know, there has been talks that Joe is coming over to NXT. See, this is what I'm talking about. And that's okay. I'm okay with him coming to TNA. I mean, to WWE, going over to NXT. I'm totally fine with that. But I don't think he should have lost his championship like this. I just don't. And I know that that's making me, not a stickler for stories and not being okay. Like I'm totally fine. I understand it. The logic behind it, though, is what's killing me. That's what's killing me. It's the logic behind it. Because it sucks ass. It sucks ass. Oh. Man. Oh, shit. Excuse me. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is NXT Battleground. Trick Williams is your new TNA champion. And this fucking sucks. I'm not going to lie. It sucks for Joe Hendry. It just sucks. It sucks for everybody. Oh. Organic because of his unique way of engaging with his opponents. I agree. 100%. Not going to lie. I was thinking this would be Trick Williams' send-off match. That's what I thought. That is exactly what I thought. Thank you. Sometimes I can't get my thoughts together. My brain is not operating the way it's supposed to operate. But T-God, thank you. Appreciate that. Oh, it's fine. It's fine, Hiram. No worries at all. But y'all, let me know what y'all think in the comments. If you're watching this in the playback, please let me know in the comments what you think. How did you guys feel about this show? Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Was it good? Was it great? Did you feel like it could have been better? I just want to know you guys' thoughts in the comments. Put as many as you like. I do like engaging with y'all because y'all are very, very smart people. And sometimes I miss a lot of fucking things. Okay. So I do enjoy engaging with you guys. The next PLE, I think, for NXT is the Great American Bash. And I want to say it's a TV special. It's not on a Peacock. So it's possible that Joe Hendry could get that title back sooner rather than later. But he could get it back on multiple times. So he could end up going to Great American Bash. He could end up going to the next PLE for TNA, which is Against All Odds. And then you have Slammiversary in July. Okay, so they've got quite a few PLEs coming up. And Against All Odds seems to be a TV PLE that's going to happen on a Friday. June 6th is when Against All Odds will happen, and then that Saturday is Money in the Bank, and then that is also when you'll have Worlds Collide. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a crazy weekend. I would rather have him. I would rather him have that moment at Slammiversary. Respectfully, I agree, Lady Gates. I think that he should have that moment at Slammiversary. I really do. Okay, bye. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is your NXT recap of Battleground. This was a rough one. This was a rough one. But ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow is Memorial Day. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you're grilling, if you're eating out, enjoy that shit. Enjoy your time off, okay? And we'll be watching Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw is going to have two matches that have been announced currently. We have a triple threat for the World Tag Team titles. We got Xavier Woods and his S-Curl, and Kofi Kingston and his the what I want to say, I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. His separated chest going up against the Creed brothers and the War Raiders. All right. And then we have this announced match with Rusev going up against Akira Tozawa. There are supposed to be some more Money in the Bank qualifier matches as well. And I believe it's going to be more specifically geared towards the men, because right now we only got two men who have qualified for the Money in the Bank ladder match, and that is LA Knight and Solo Sikoa. And then we have the qualifier match already set for the women with Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley, Roxanne Perez, and Julia all have qualified for Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank usually only has 6 competitors for both the men and the women. And Money in the Bank is in a week. It'll be a week from Saturday, June 7th in Los Angeles, and it'll be right after Worlds Collide, starting at 7, I want to say 7 p.m. Worlds Collide will start at 3, and you'll have some time to watch Worlds Collide because they are building the matches up for Worlds Collide. You're going to have a tag team match with Legado del Fantasma going up against 3 of the luchadors from AAA. El Vikingo is going to be wrestling, and then you're going to have Stephanie Vaquer possibly wrestling one of the luchadoras that we saw tonight over in NXT at Battleground. So we got a lot going on here. Rico's here. Julia feels like such a sneak in this match, doesn't she? I low-key feel like Julia could take this one, but I got a sneaking suspicion that it's going to be somebody like Bliss or Roxanne. More than likely it's going to be Roxanne. I'm going to say right now prematurely that my pick is going to be Roxanne for this match. I don't know why, but something tells me that Triple H is strapping the rocket to her, and she's going to be the new shiny toy for Monday Night Raw, and she's going to have that one of these Raw girls is going to take it because Tiffany had it last year. So one of these Raw girls is going to get it this year, and I'm going to put my money on Roxanne being the one to take it. As far as this goes right here, I don't think either one of these men is going to win in Money in the Bank. And I hate to say that for LA Knight, but I just don't think that they're going to win. He said, oh, hell no. None of the women already in the match need to win it. Mark my words. I'm telling you. Now, let's get into these PLEs that we're going to be looking at for the next couple of weeks. They done stopped several rockets to Rox. They done strapped several rockets to Rox, saying, well, she finna get another one. Okay? She finna get another one. It's not going to Julia. Julia's a SmackDown girl. They just had that title, that briefcase over on SmackDown. I just don't see it happening, personally. Now, Friday, you're going to have Nia, Naomi, and Jade going after that slot, that 5th slot for the Money in the Bank. And it looks like that's going to be the only other women's match on Raw for Money in the Bank. Now, I don't know what they're going to do on Monday, if they have another one on Monday, but it seems that these 4 are already a shoe-in, and you're going to have 2 more matches that will lead to a Money in the Bank possible. IDK, I need to see the final 2 people going, who the final 2 people going to be. I don't care who the final 2 people going to be, honestly. Because I'm thinking that it's going to SmackDown again. I don't think so. I'm sick of her. Well, keep throwing up, babe. Because she ain't going nowhere. So it is what it is, love. I'm sorry. I say if Naomi get in, give it to her. We've been saying Naomi gonna win Money in the Bank for the last, like, since the year that she was gone. We've been trying to get her to win, and they did. So I don't have no hopes for that. I really don't. And I hate to say that for Naomi, because I love Naomi and I like what she's doing now. And I loved her as the Glow Queen. I never had no hate for that woman ever. So as far as I'm concerned, if she wins, I'll be just as hyped if she wins, but I just don't think that she will. Well, you're going to be throwing up a lot. That's all I can tell you. Moving on, we got a double whammy here. Saturday Night Main Event is going to be on July 12th, and the WWE Evolution PLE is going to be Sunday, July 13th. This Evolution PLE is supposed to be an all-women's PLE, which leads me to believe that Saturday Night Main Event is going to be an all-men's show, which I'm fine with that. Do what you got to do, babes. All right? Moving on June 28th in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, we are going to be looking at Night of Champions. This is going to be on a Saturday, and you know, with the time difference, we're going to be watching this in the middle of the day. Remember that, okay? So, this is June 28th, a few weeks after Money in the Bank, all right? And After that, of course, we're going to go to Saturday Night Main Event and WWE Evolution. And then we're going to go to SummerSlam. It's the first ever 2-night SummerSlam event, August 2nd and August 3rd. And it's going to be from New Jersey in MetLife Stadium. And then on the 31st of August, we are going to head to Paris. Clash in Paris is happening. And of course, Monday Night Raw is also going to emanate from Paris, France on the 1st of September. All right. And then you'll get a little bit of a reprieve. Maybe not much, because they'll be headed to Perth, Australia in October. So I don't know what they're going to be doing in September, but in October, they're going to be in Perth. And this is a takeover of Perth Friday, Saturday, and Monday. That whole weekend, they're going to be in Australia, and it's going to be a good time. Friday Night SmackDown is going to be there on October 10th, which is my mom's birthday. Saturday, October 11th is when Crown Jewel will happen. And on Monday, October 13th, will be Monday Night Raw. All of this will come from Perth, Australia. All right. It's going to be a lot going on. Then we get a little bit of a reprieve. And then the first few weeks of November, they more than likely will head back to Saudi Arabia, or they might take a break, because in January, they'll be going back to Saudi Arabia for Royal Rumble. So they may not go to Saudi. They may not. You never know. And they are going to do Survivor Series. And then WWE finally gets to slow down a bit in December. And that's when we kind of get to have a little bit of a reprieve, and everything starts to kind of, relax. We have a little bit of a relaxation, That's the only time we will relax. Now, Naomi is a good option, but it would be shocking if she wins. They picked a horrible weekend for that. July 12th and the 13th is a very, very, very strong weekend, because just about everybody is going to be descending on Atlanta for Beyonce's concert. So, luckily, Kendrick Lamar's tour just ended, if I recall. I think he just had his last show. So, you don't have to worry about Kendrick Lamar's concert, but there are plenty of other concerts happening, and Beyonce is rolling and moving in her concert, okay? Right, that's going to be a rough weekend. You got that and Beyonce the same weekend. And the AEW show. AEW will have their show emanating from Texas. If I believe it's All In Texas. And that is more than likely when Mercedes Moné will face off against Toni Storm for the AEW Women's Championship. If you don't know, Mercedes Moné did win the Owen Hart tournament against Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter took a nasty bump from Mercedes. I don't know if she's okay. I hope she is, but her head hit that mat. She did not tuck or have an opportunity to tuck right. And usually Mercedes is a pretty safe worker, but that was sloppy work. And I hope that Jamie is okay and everything is fine. I mean, shit happens, bump happens, but that was a gnarly move, and she took a real heavy bump to the forehead. Watch them give Rhea Money in the Bank so she can cash in on Crown Jewel. I really hope she don't win Money in the Bank, and it's no shade to Rhea, but she is one of the people in the match that truly doesn't need it. Man, I miss Kendrick and SZA twice. Well, I don't know if he's gonna do a second part to his tour, but from what I understand, this was just the GNX tour, and there is another album that Kendrick is getting ready to release. At least that was the rumor. That's why this tour was so short. It wasn't super long on purpose. And Kendrick does everything by design. There's always a reason for everything he does. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That's all. If you are in the comments and you made it this far to my channel, to this video, if you're watching this in the playback, I appreciate you and I love you. Y'all are my peoples. Okay, y'all know y'all my peoples. Y'all know I love y'all. All right, and I got to go and get out of here. I need to get me some sleep. We're going to be watching Raw tomorrow. WWE act like we ain't allowed to get no damn rest up and through here. Ugh. So, y'all keep it cute. Y'all keep it clean, okay? Y'all make sure that y'all tune in to Monday Night Raw tomorrow. If you do, I hope y'all enjoy it. If you don't, I'll be back over here tomorrow to give y'all the recap, the full blow by blow of what had happened. Okay. And with all that being said, I will see y'all tomorrow. Okay. Y'all see what Samantha doing? She pointing. She telling you, we gonna see you tomorrow. We gonna see you tomorrow. Peace.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more wrestling content. Check out our merch and consider becoming a member for exclusive perks, special emojis, and members-only content.